Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast, your go-to source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development. We hope you tune in often for all things people management, organizational development and change, organizational leadership, and social impact related. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. In this HCI podcast episode, I share my recent Forbes article, Fostering Curiosity, Self-Awareness, and Authenticity in the Workplace. Welcome back to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. It's great to be with you again today as I share a recent Forbes article titled Fostering Curiosity, Self-Awareness, and Authenticity in the Workplace. Early in my life, I developed a keen sense of curiosity. While my curiosity is sometimes butted up against the status quo and existing systems of power, as I'm always asking that annoying why question, an intrinsic curiosity about the world, organizations, and the interpersonal dynamics among those around me has largely served me well in my career. Additionally, that same curiosity has pushed me to closely examine myself as I try to better understand why I do what I do and how I interface with the world around me. I have found that as I better understand myself, I can better understand those around me and show genuine compassion and empathy. A heightened self-awareness also helps me to be more authentically myself, as I have the courage to unapologetically be who I am and use my unique talents and abilities to serve those around me. The case for curiosity. Not only is fostering a sense of curiosity important in our personal life, but curiosity in the workplace is also an essential component to driving ongoing innovation and ensuring your organization is remaining competitive and continually adding value to the market. A recent HBR article argues the business case for curiosity. Quote, curiosity is much more important to an enterprise's performance than was previously thought. That's because cultivating it at all levels helps leaders and their employees adapt to uncertain market conditions and external pressures. By making small changes to the design of their organization and the ways they manage their employees, leaders can encourage curiosity and improve their companies. Although leaders may say they treasure inquisitive minds, in fact, most stifle curiosity, fearing it will increase risk and inefficiencies. Close quote. While the business case of fostering curiosity is clear, very few leaders are able to effectively create and maintain the prerequisite environment that allows curiosity to bloom and thrive. It is not enough to merely say the right things. Leaders at all levels need to consistently walk the walk and ensure that they are creating a curiosity positive culture where appropriate risk-taking is encouraged and rewarded, where failure is framed as iterative learning and growth, and where members of the team feel safe to speak up and speak out when the status quo or existing assumptions need to be challenged. Creating a curiosity culture. A curiosity encouraging and promoting culture doesn't happen by accident. In fact, most organizations have bureaucratic mechanisms in place that actively discourage and stifle curiosity. So how do we go about developing and sustaining a culture of curiosity among our team? A recent Forbes article highlights the importance and role of fear, assumptions, technology, and environment in creating a culture of curiosity. The author suggests, quote, once people learn what inhibits them, it's easier for them and their organization to move forward to reap the rewards of developing a curious mind, close quote. Without first understanding the fears of our people and the environmental factors, the policies, practices, procedures, and cultural elements that drive those fears, we have little hope of fostering and sustaining dynamic curiosity culture. We also need to understand the assumptions behind the way information is interpreted and processed, how decisions are made in our team and organizational unit, and ultimately the guiding principles and frameworks that guide our leaders' style and approach. Finally, how we leverage technology speaks volumes about our priorities, our values, and our commitment to data and assessment, and our commitment to supporting our people. the role of self awareness in promoting authenticity. Without first understanding ourselves, we will be hard pressed to be effective in our interactions with those around us. Too often, we are rather oblivious to how we are coming across to others and how we are impacting those around us, despite what may be our best intentions. Additionally, without self awareness, it is near impossible to be our true, authentic self as we interact with members of our team. As leaders, we need to model, encourage, and promote authenticity among our team. In a recent Forbes article, the author states today's employees, quote, want to work for someone they feel they know well and trust. They don't expect perfection, they expect honesty and openness. Authentic leaders know this. They openly face their gifts and strengths as well as their vulnerabilities and developmental challenges. They know themselves well. They don't try to be someone they're not, no matter the environment or circumstances. And through their own authenticity, they make it safe for others to be themselves at work too. Close quote. If we want authentically curious cultures, we must create a psychologically safe environment for our team where everyone has permission to be vulnerable and bring their whole authentic self to work. As said in another Forbes article, quote, this is generally only achieved in time by allowing people to express opinions in a non-judgmental space, contribute to the greater good of the organization, and be allowed to be different from the status quo without ramification. Close quote. There is no shortcut to creating this type of environment where members of your team feel safe enough to be their true whole selves at work. It starts with developing genuine relationships of mutual accountability and trust with your people, which can only happen over time. But as we prioritize the time and energy to develop these relationships, psychological safety will increase and our team members' willingness to be vulnerable and authentic at work will increase. Conclusion. In order to find happiness and fulfillment in life, let alone at work, we first need to foster an unquenchable curiosity about the world. And as we become more self-aware, we can then model authenticity for our team and give everyone permission to bring their whole authentic self to work.
I'm excited to announce the publication of my new book from HCI Press, Bluer Than Indigo Leadership: The Journey of Becoming a Truly Remarkable Leader. Early in my adult life, I learned about an Asian proverb that translates as bluer than indigo. If you think about the color indigo, it is a brilliant, deep, and vibrant blue, what some would call the bluest of blues. To have something that is bluer than indigo is rare and truly remarkable. Contrary to popular myth, there is no one-size-fits-all or cookie-cutter approach to effective leadership. There's no silver bullet, no secret sauce, no go-to model that will solve all of our problems. The truth is, great leaders have all had their unique strengths and flaws, and have all had to discover and then pave their own distinctive path in their life's journey to fulfill their leadership potential. Bluer Than Indigo Leadership will help you discover your own path and explore those ordinary, everyday actions that will help you respond to an uncertain future and produce extraordinary results for individuals, teams, and organizations.
The alchemy of truly remarkable leadership: ordinary, everyday actions that produce extraordinary results. Consider how the nature of work has shifted over the past 50 years. With increased globalization, rapid technological advancement, and the shift in economic composition, the average job of today looks very different than the average job of 50 years ago. What will the jobs and organizations of tomorrow look like? Moreover, what does this all mean for organizational leaders? What are the core competencies and capabilities of organizations and their leadership that are prepared for continued disruption and geopolitical and socioeconomic shifts? Regardless of what the future holds, increasingly, leaders need to be socially minded, data-driven, decisive, champions of talent, and disruptors of the traditional notions of leadership, teams, organizations, and work. The alchemy of truly remarkable leadership will help you to explore your own leadership competencies and capabilities and consider ways to apply and implement them into your workplace and personal life.
check out Human Capital Innovations magazine, Human Capital Leadership. Human Capital Leadership is a free, interactive e-magazine with the mission to help individuals, leaders, and organizations find innovative approaches to maximize their human capital potential. We publish issues quarterly in August, November, February, and May. Take a look at the latest issue and let us know what you think.
Thanks again for joining us for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. I hope you stay healthy and safe and that you have a great week.